Welcome back to Morning Live. Thank you so much for staying with us. Mzukisi Silandela is a former convict who realized his passion for writing while serving his 10-year prison sentence. He later wrote and published over 5 books under his belt that include ULUTSHA NENTOLONGO, Arrested Poetry, and UBUVUVU BELOKISHI, to mention but a few. His latest book, Rich Fathers, Poor Children, a South African ghetto story, is an offering. He focuses on the issue of absent fathers, single motherhood, and the impact that this has on children. Well, Mzukisi is here in studio to tell us all about his latest offering. Mzukisi, welcome. It's so great to have you on the show.
Oh, morning, Pearl. Good to be here.
Mzukisi, this book highlights issues surrounding fatherhood, be it a present father in your children's life or not. This is such a deep subject, looking at how families in South Africa are structured or broken. Give us some insights into why the subject was so close to your heart that you had to put it on paper.
Oh, thank you very much. I grew up in a location, and I used to see a lot of absent dads in my neighborhood. And also, I was also raised by my grandparents. I was not raised by my father. So I see a lot of children who don't have fathers, and they are raised by their grandparents and their mothers. So it's a common phenomenon in South Africa, whereby men, leave women after they have a child with them. So it's a problem in our black communities.
And they abandon their children. They're unable to separate the two, leaving the spouse, but they end up leaving the children as well.
Yeah, exactly. You will date a woman, and after having a child, it's common. Everybody knows about it. You will date a woman after having a child. You don't say amen there. It's all over, and it's affecting male, because growing up without a father, I was lucky. I was raised by my grandfather, but others, they don't have fathers who are role models to them.
That father figure that is much
so
needed.
they learn everything in the streets, and there are bad teachers in the streets. Yeah.
Indeed. Let's talk about your own definition of a father. What would you say, as Mzukisi, makes a good father?
A good father is a man who is present in the life of his children, who's providing, who becomes a friend, with his children, who's always there, even when the boy is going to play rugby, soccer, the father must be present. So the problem now we have in society, we have fathers who think money is solving problems, because they say, okay, they provide money, but they are not there physically. So you have to be there physically as a father. Yeah.
And what about the dads who are not present because they believe that they are financially incapable of looking after their children? They're not able to provide. And so they kind of use that as an excuse to not be present. What do you say to fathers who think like that, or who act in a manner that they seek to justify their absence?
Yeah, because I know friends and people who are not working, they're unemployed, but they are there, for their children. The fact that you don't have money doesn't mean that you are not a father. And then, like I was saying earlier on, there are men who think money is going to replace, the role of a father.
Their presence, yeah.
But I know of men who are there, they are trying to support their children. You see?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, there's a book, there's a chapter in your book, chapter 10, where you've got down the most common types of fathers, which is actually a bit humorous. Tell us about some of those types that you outline in your book.
Or like in the book, I mentioned the types of fathers, where I'm trying to explain that some fathers, like there's a dad, like a present dad, like who will always be there, like to buy, children if they want something from their father, like a cell phone and other stuff, you see. So that's a type of a father. And fathers who are playful, You see, they like to joke with their children, and they play around with them, yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple of types of fathers that
Yes.
can be found in this book, which is really, really insightful. There's a chapter where you talk about child maintenance and how that act alone is enough to sort of aid the problem of fathers who refuse to take care of their children. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I know of women who don't care whether fathers are there or not there. Like, there are women who say, I'm not going to chase a man who doesn't want to be responsible. And you find that this woman is suffering alone. She's unemployed. But in that chapter, I am encouraging women to take the route of law, especially to men who are who are having money, but they don't take care of their children. There are maintenance courts whereby if your boyfriend or your husband doesn't look after the children, you can go to court and the law will make him, be responsible.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mzukisi, thank you so much for making the time to come. Thank you for writing such an important book. It's really amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Pen. Yeah. Thank you.
That's Mzukisi Silandela, and he has been speaking to us about his latest book, Rich Fathers, Poor Children, a South African Ghetto Story, a book about absent fathers in their children's lives. And indeed, it's a book for women as well, as you've just heard him speaking about the types of action that he encourages women to take for those dads who do have money, who do work, but still refuse to look after their children. Time for a quick break.